So, you want to pursue your own holistic wellness journey and live that authentic lifestyle, really romanticize your life, but everything that you see online seems so unattainable, so out of reach for you. You don't have time to do all the things that you see every other girly doing online. How can you realistically romanticize your life with everything that you have going on? If any of this sounds really relatable, then this is the video for you. Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of the Well with Tiff podcast, where I am sharing my own holistic wellness journey in the hopes that I inspire some of you all to start pursuing your journeys as well. I am escaping the matrix. I'm totally done with it. The hustle culture isn't for me. It never has been. I'm choosing a life of living authentically, pursuing holistic wellness, and prioritizing my health. So if this sounds interesting to you, then you'll want to stick around for more because I've got plenty of topics that I want to cover, a lot that I want to share, and I want to build a community around this. So be sure to drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know what topics you want me to cover, what you all are going through, and let's all grow together. So today the topic of romanticizing your life has really become a buzzword on social media. Everyone's posting cinematic and aesthetic videos showing them working at coffee shops and getting luxury items, going and getting spa treatments, staying at home and relaxing, when that's not always realistic for everyone. A lot of us have jobs that we need to go to and responsibilities that we need to take care of from day to day. Maybe you have a family that you're taking care of. Maybe you work 2 jobs. A lot of us are busy constantly. We don't have time to do all the things that is being shown on social media that most of the time is not practical and is not realistic. So how can we all achieve living a life that we want and romanticizing that life? It's not as hard as you might think it is. And no, it's not about all the material things that you're seeing online. Romanticizing your life starts when you stop acting like a robot in your own life. I said it. It's true. So many of us are just going through life robotically. Wake up, get ready for work, go to work, come back, eat dinner, go to sleep. Some of us are also stuck scrolling through social media, seeing everyone else live their life, or at least paint the picture that they're living their life, when your life is just passing you by. It's time that we stop, get off the train, and start living our lives for us. You can start romanticizing your life just by becoming more aware of it. What do I mean by that? Romanticizing your life isn't about the aesthetics or spending money. It's about slowing down and fully appreciating the simple joys in your everyday routine. It's savoring your morning tea or your morning cup of coffee, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, or playing your favorite music while you're cooking. Dance to it, have a good time. It's about turning small, ordinary moments into something special by being present, intentional, and being aware of what's happening in your day-to-day life. Your life doesn't need to look like a movie to feel beautiful. It already is when you choose to see it that way. Your life is already beautiful when you choose to see it that way. So that's what romanticizing your life really means to me. It's waking up, appreciating the sunrise in the morning. It's taking your time to do things, not multitasking, doing one thing at a time, prioritizing your day, and making sure to fill in the gaps with taking care of you and just being present in the moment. My whole channel is about being mindful, being aware, and living your life authentically. That starts when you stop just going through the motions, going with the flow, letting the wind carry you along. When you start being aware of what's happening, you start noticing that you have a lot to be thankful for and be appreciative of. So no, you don't need to go and buy luxury items. Everyone doesn't need to go to the spa to start romanticizing their life. Certainly, if you have the resources and the time to do so, you can. I'm not saying by any means that you shouldn't be doing these things. I'm just saying if it's not something that's realistic for you, don't worry yourself about it. Just do what you can. You can romanticize your own life at home. You can make your own spa treatments at home. You can get what you need. You can create a nice bubble bath night. You can use essential oils and You can get products that you can use at home. You don't need to go to the spa to do so. And also, if you feel like you really want something that you're seeing everyone else doing online, or you want a certain experience, take a moment and think about that. Ask yourself, why do you want to experience that thing? Why do you want to have that thing so much? Really reflect on that inner reason, because sometimes you might see something and what you are really wanting is the underlying thing beneath it. So for example, if you see someone posting about romanticizing their life by going to the spa, getting massages, getting facial treatments, and you feel like that's something that you want too, what is the underlying reason that you want that thing? Is it one, because what they're posting looks really nice and looks like that's the only way that you can romanticize your life? Or is it because you want to experience feeling calm, feeling relaxed, feeling pampered? If those are the underlying reasons, you can recreate that without having to spend hundreds of dollars going somewhere else. You can recreate that at home. So really consider what is going on for you, what's important, what are your priorities, and why, and then work from there to figure out how you can romanticize your own life. So that all sounds easy in concept, but how does this actually look in reality for someone that has a busy lifestyle? So for the next part of this video, I'm going to get into how you can realistically romanticize your own life while you still have 1,000,001 responsibilities and you're a busy girl. Trust me, I get it. I really felt passionate about speaking about this. I needed to record this video even though I'm getting ready for work. And guess what? The bonus is it's putting me in the right mindset to remember not to just get through work, be a robot, just get things done. It's going to remind me to do the little things and really appreciate what's going on in my life. So let's go ahead and get into the tips. So the first thing that you're going to need to do to romanticize your own life is to get off social media. I made a video a little while ago about how I'm getting off of traditional social media for good. So you can go ahead and watch that here. I'll go ahead and link it at the top of this video. But yeah, basically you need to get off of social media. Stop scrolling through, seeing what everybody else is doing, because at the end of the day, they're just putting out what they want you to see. People live entire lives off of social media, or at least they can. But if they are constantly posting all the best parts of it, then all you're gonna think is, man, I'm not doing nearly enough in my life, or man, how come they get to do all these things and I don't? Everything in real life is not aesthetic, period. Literally, that's what I want my channel to be about. I want my channel to be real and authentic. You're not gonna see aesthetic videos. You're not gonna see beautiful layouts in the meals that I make. You're not gonna see spotless backgrounds most of the time. Yes, you see me probably sitting at this part of my house most of the time, but that's because this part is mostly untouched. There will be times when I share videos from other parts of my house, and I'm not gonna stress myself out too much about what's in the background, because I want it to be real. Everyday life is messy. Everyday life is getting through the best that you can. It's time that we start embracing that and stop reaching for what's unattainable. So that's the first thing. Definitely get off of social media and start living your life and being present. You'll start noticing little things to be appreciative of. And that's exactly what romanticizing is. Romanticizing is being present and appreciating your life for what it is and for what you have. The next thing I have for romanticizing your life realistically is figuring out what actually brings you joy. A lot of times in today's society, we are just trying to do things because we see other people doing them and we think it's going to be a good time, but it might not even be something that you really enjoy for yourself. For example, you might see online that everybody goes out and goes and have drinks and parties and goes out to dinners a lot. That to you might seem like, oh wow, that's such a lavish life. That's the life that I want to live. That's what it means to romanticize life. But the truth is that might not be the case for you. It might not be realistic for you to have time to go out all the time. It might not be realistic for you health-wise to have drinks all the time or eat out at different restaurants. That's the case for me. Realistically, I need to be eating meals that I cook at home most of the time. Realistically, I should not be drinking all the time. Realistically, I am an introvert low-key. I know, I have this channel, but it's an outlet for me. It's kind of like my video diaries where I'm sharing my thoughts about different things. And most of the time, I'm actually pretty introverted. I always like to say I have a social battery, and when it runs out at the end of the night, my ass better be getting in a car to get home or at home already. Like, I cannot be out with an empty social battery. And I know the things that I need to prioritize for me. Going out and partying and drinking all the time, that's not for me. What's for me is being at home, having slow moments, maybe having a small gathering at home, cooking meals. Other things you can do that bring you joy is finding hobbies. Hobbies is a very underrated way to start romanticizing your life, because when you start finding little activities that you enjoy to do, then it's going to make you look forward to something in your day. Because let's face it, most of the time we're not always looking forward to working, but if you find things to do outside of your working hours, then you're going to look forward to your days more because you're building a day that works for you. You're pouring into yourself in the morning. You go to work, you try not to take things so seriously. You try not to multitask too much to the extent that you can. I know some jobs are very demanding, but to the extent you can, try to build boundaries. You come home, instead of scrolling on social media or microwaving a frozen meal, make yourself a meal. Have a hobby. Make something. Create. Do something that's going to stimulate your brain and bring you joy. That way you can go to sleep in peace, knowing, okay, I did something for me today and I feel good about it. And if you're not sure what brings you joy or how to find those things, start reflecting. Do some journal prompts on your inner child, figure out what used to bring you joy, and then start from there. And you can also do research online and figure out examples of different hobbies and things that you can do and try things out. Don't be afraid to try. Don't be afraid to stand out from the crowd. So often we are so used to and wanting to fit in, to be noticed, to be recognized, to not be different from everyone else. But the reality is we all need to be our own individuals. Find the things that you love and bring you joy, and maybe you might inspire others in your circle to do the same. Another easy thing that you can do to romanticize your life is doing something for you daily, like I mentioned in the last tip. So I have a morning routine video that really talks about figuring out what your morning routine is for you. Online, you'll see everybody doing 1,000,001 things in the morning. And again, that's not practical for everyone. Sometimes you might only have 30 minutes in the morning to yourself. Maybe you have an hour, but figuring out what's realistic for you and then building in the little things that bring you joy will go a much longer way than feeling like you're not accomplishing anything in your morning because you haven't done 10,000 things. And do small things. If you enjoy journaling, make sure to build in 5-10 minutes to journal in the morning. If you enjoy having spiritual moments, make sure to build in time to do that. If you enjoy cooking your breakfast every morning rather than grabbing something to go, build in time to cook yourself breakfast. Figure out what your priorities are in the morning, how much time you have, when you need to wake up, and then go from there. But I strongly encourage you to do something for you first thing in the day, because that's going to set your intention for the rest of the day. When you put yourself first in the morning, then you're able to pour into everyone else the rest of the day. Trust me, that is me. I literally cannot talk to anybody until I do something for me in the morning. My next tip is to be intentional and slow down. Stop going through life, just going with the flow, going with the motions, not really taking stock of what's happening in your day-to-day, and just be more intentional about it. Be aware of what's going on. Don't just make the cup of tea quickly and go on about your day. Take a minute to look out the window while your water is heating up. Breathe, slow down, and just be present in each moment. A lot of problems that we create in our head are because we are worrying about the past or anxious about the future. So stop doing that. I know it's easier said than done. I am someone that suffers from anxiety a lot, and historically that has been my biggest issue. I'm always anxious and worrying about what's to come. I'm not someone who even worries about the past so much because it's already happened for me. But for me, I worry a lot about the future and what I should be doing. How can I get somewhere? Blah, blah, blah. I'm literally the person that if you invite me somewhere, I'm already pre-worrying about what the parking situation is. That's me. And so when I started to be more aware of that and what I was thinking, then I started to say, okay, how can I be more present? And that's noticing the small things. That's literally stopping and being intentional about everything that you're doing. This also means stop multitasking. I mentioned this earlier. Stop trying to do 1,000,001 things at once. Just do the one thing, do it good, and move on. That's going to help you to be a little bit more focused, a little bit more present, and have you stop worrying so much and feeling stressed. Relatedly, stop overbooking yourself. Stop giving yourself 1,000,001 meetings in the day. Stop going out and doing things in the evening if it's causing you so much anxiety, if you feel like you don't have any time for yourself. If you're constantly rushing, then you're not going to be able to romanticize your life because you're just worried about getting to the next thing. So what you can do is, if you're working and generally you do tend to have a lot of meetings, try to make meeting blocks. Or if that doesn't work for you, having like several meetings back to back, then try to space out your meetings. Try to have little breaks where you can take moments in between meetings to yourself. Go make your cup of tea. Go do a quick meditation. Have a moment to breathe. Have a moment to yourself. That is okay. If you need to push back on a meeting that gets scheduled, do it. Don't be afraid to. You need to start prioritizing yourself. That's how you're going to be able to romanticize your life. Relatedly, if you are someone that is constantly looking for events and things to do in the evening, if you enjoy that, if that energizes you, that's one thing. But if you're doing it for the sake of doing it and you're just going through the motions, take a moment, reflect, and understand why you're doing that. And then maybe space those out. Maybe only do 1 or 2 a week. Make sure to have moments and evenings to yourself. That way you can take care of yourself and you can romanticize your own life. All right, another thing you can do is try new activities. So oftentimes we get stuck in our own routines that we forget there are lots of things in this world that we can try out and that we can do. It's very easy to just keep going with the motions because it's what's working, it's what you're used to, it's what you're comfortable with. But we need to get more comfortable with getting out of our comfort zone. We need to be more appreciative of all there is out there to do. And it doesn't mean that you have to spend a lot of money to go do these things. There are a lot of free activities that you can try. You can try out the first class at your local gym, or you can try out a first class at like a cycling studio. Oftentimes those are free or at a discounted rate. You can try new things. Maybe you might find out that you really enjoy doing something different. You can also do your research online and find different things to do, find different activities, figure out what other activities people like to do and see how you can test those out. For example, if you want to try yoga, but you don't necessarily want to commit to several classes or you don't want to pay for it, there's yoga online. You can do yoga for free. You can check out my sister at Cozy Black Yogi. She's on YouTube. I'll link her down below. She is posting amazing and relaxing and soothing videos, and I know y'all will enjoy her content. So if that's something that you're interested in, there are things online for you to try it out for free. So another thing you're gonna wanna do is clean eating. Romanticizing your life is taking care of your life. Let me say that again. Romanticizing your life is taking care of the life that you have right here, right now. What does that mean? It means nourish your body with what it needs to thrive. So start paying attention to what you're eating. Stop eating fast food all the time. Stop eating frozen meals. Yes, I know they're efficient and fast and convenient. That's the whole point of them. Well, they're not all that good for you. Read ingredients, cook simple meals, meal prep if you have to, and do what you can to take care of yourself. Your health starts with what you're putting in your body. So it's important to pay attention to that and romanticize the process. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Put on your favorite music, put on your favorite TV show while you're cooking. For me, I actually love to put on the cooking channel while I'm cooking because I don't know, I just love the vibes. They portray that they really enjoy cooking the meals and the process, and they're honestly romanticizing the process of cooking a beautiful meal. Now, of course, my meal isn't going to look nearly as nice as the meal they're putting on TV, but I do really enjoy it because it puts me in the mindset of appreciating the art of cooking and having fun with it, trying new things. And so that is really important. Figure out how you can romanticize your clean eating and your holistic wellness, and it's going to help you stick to it. It's going to help you create those habits. And the last tip that I have is to practice gratitude daily, or at least very often. Don't go through life and forget that there are so many things that you have to be appreciative of. Don't go through life and just do everything just because you see other people doing it, or just because you're supposed to be doing it, or just because you've already committed to doing all these things. Take moments to reflect, understand what's going on in your life, and be thankful for it. Practicing gratitude in your life is going to help you romanticize it, because more and more you're going to start noticing the little things that you have to be grateful for. I love to journal about things that I'm grateful for, but I don't just write down a list of things that, oh, I'm thankful that this happened today. I'm thankful that I saw this. I'm thankful that I have love in my life. I'm thankful that I have a roof over my head. Yes, those are all true. And write all the details around it. Create a story about it as you reflect, as you journal. Figure out all the little things, how you felt, what little things were happening in the moment that you're writing about, and really paint the picture for yourself, because that's going to help your mind reframe and understand what it has to be thankful for, and it's going to create more of a positive mindset for you in your life, and that is going to help you continue to romanticize your life. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. If you made it this far in the video, comment below, say I made it this far. I'd love to see my OG listeners that make it all the way through the end of my videos. I know I tend to make these a little long, but I realize I have so much to yap about and so much to share, and I want to share it with you all. So please comment below. Let me know if I missed any tips. Let me know what you're doing to romanticize your own life, and let's all learn together. All right. I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.